Okay, today we're going to talk about something that, it's not really about legal documents or finances. It's actually about love and protection and legacy. It's all about creating a real plan to shield your family no matter what happens down the road.
So let's just start with the big one, this right here. If something happened to you, who would raise your kids? Just think about that for a second. For most parents, this is the single most important question they'll ever have to answer.
It is a huge question, right? And here's the tough reality. If you don't answer it yourself, you're not actually leaving it unanswered. Oh no. The state, well, they have a default plan already and waiting for you.
So whether you realize it or not, every single parent is standing at this exact fork in the road. On one side, you can make a choice, a plan for the people you love. Or, on the other side, a choice will be made for you by strangers.
So let's take a quick walk down that second path, the default path. Honestly, it's a plan that I'm pretty sure most parents would never consciously choose for the people they love most in this world.
This whole system is built on something called intestacy laws. You can kind of think of them as a one-size-fits-all t-shirt from the government. I mean, sure, they're designed to cover everybody, but they rarely fit anyone perfectly, especially when it comes to something as personal as your family.
The whole thing happens in a place called probate court. And this slide, well, it really lays out why you want to avoid it. First, see step one? A total stranger, a judge you have never met, is now in charge of everything. Then comes step two, the delays. We're talking months, sometimes even years, where your family's assets can be completely frozen right when they need them most. And finally, step three, your private life, your family's affairs, become public record for anyone to go and look at.
But look, there is a completely different way to approach all of this. It's an approach that wasn't born from some dry legal textbook, but from a really profound personal experience.
This is Pooja, a Lexington-area attorney, and her entire law practice is built on her journey as a mother to her son Ishaan, who has profound special needs. So for her, that big question, who's going to take care of my child, that's not theoretical. She lives that every single day.
And what's really interesting here is that Pooja's own first experience doing this as a client wasn't good. Even as a lawyer herself, she walked away from her own estate planning feeling confused, unsettled, and right then, she decided she would build a practice that was the complete opposite of that feeling.
So her whole approach is built on these three core ideas you see here. First, clarity, making something really complex feel simple. Then, patience, never ever rushing families through these tough conversations. And finally, real follow-through, making sure the plan isn't just a stack of papers, but something that is actually going to work when it matters most.
Okay, so how does this really empathetic approach actually translate for real families? Well, the results, they don't just speak for themselves. They kind of shout.
Get this. Over 110 families have worked with her, and every single one of them has left a 5-star review on Google. That is not a coincidence. That is proof of a process that puts the client first and that really, truly works.
And when you actually dig into what those families are saying in their reviews, the data is just striking. The top two things people mention, by a huge margin, are clarity and patience. The very same qualities that were born from her own personal story, and her promise to give clients the experience she never had.
So, here's the bottom line. This whole process, it isn't really about documents, and it's definitely not about death. It's about taking all the love and care you have for your family and making it solid, making it last. It's one of the most powerful, most tangible acts of love you can possibly do for them.